Today's MMA T Company fight preview is with Caleb Hall. Caleb is a newly signed MMA T Company fighter, a 2-2 pro who's going to be fighting against Manny Morales at CFFC 105. That's going to be on January 29th out here in Philadelphia. So, Caleb, appreciate you taking the time. I know you just got done sparring, said it was the last one of the camp. So, tell me how camp was so far.
It was really good. Didn't have such a drastic weight cut this time. Fought at 55 my last two fights, and I'm a fairly large 55. I'm 6 foot, walk around about 190, so didn't really have to cut it. I mean, I do have to cut weight, but not a ton of weight, so I had a lot more energy for camp. Usually, I don't even spar this close to the fight, but I'm feeling really good, so kind of wanted to get my last sparring session in.
And you're coming off dropping back-to-back fights. You said that you were cutting a ton of weight for those last couple fights. Did you feel that was affecting your gas, your performance, just the way that you were really performing in the cage?
Yeah, I definitely feel so. Like initially I was gonna run a test cut, didn't get the chance because I got offered a fight for LFA, so I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna jump on this. I was stepping on scale, I was like 85, and this was like a week, or it was more like a week and a half out. I started my cut from like 78, and it was terrible. I was like, all right, I was like, maybe next time I'll try it, but I'll do, like, obviously I had 8 weeks in advance to try it. So my focus became really like a lot of cardio, trying to like just kind of like my physique, kind of like losing some muscle, trying to form myself back down to get to 155. And like the cut was fine. I felt good like cutting the weight. I made 155.8. So it was a good cut, but the problem was on fight day, I just felt like I just had nothing. I had rehydrated back up to like 68. But I just felt weak in the back. I was with my coaches. I couldn't get any pop on my shots. And I just felt, it was kind of crazy. I was like, all right, cool. I was trying not to let it bother me. I was going to go out there and do what I do. But then I got in the cage. I was like, man, I couldn't take a shot. Like he hit me one time. And I still feel like that fight was stopped really early because I got dropped. But I've never been dropped before in my career. 15 fights, a lot of boxing fights, never got dropped. And that was the first time I was like, all right, cool. I was like, I got to make a change. I'm going back up to 70. I made my pro debut as a middleweight. So it was kind of, So I've kind of bounced all over, but feeling good at 70 this time though.
And while you're in camp, it must feel nice to your tomorrow I think is a week out, and you probably still feel pretty fresh. You probably still got pretty good pop on all your punches, all your kicks, things like that. It's got to be a world of difference at the end of camp here.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. Actually, my coaches are kind of telling me, hey, pull it back a little bit. That I just want to keep going. Like today, like was gonna spar 4, ended up sparring like 6 rounds. But I just felt like I had a bunch of energy, didn't feel fatigued afterwards. Just felt really good. And even last week, I went out to a gym, Lloyd Irving's gym in Maryland. I trained out there for a week with my buddy, Craig Willingham. And just, I even out there, I was just feeling great. And we were doing long sessions, like 5-hour sessions out there. They train crazy out there. And I still felt really good going throughout that. And my weight right now, I'm currently like about 183. So I'm just like perfect over. I think I'm working with Mike Shea from Hierarchy Nutrition. So I think it's going to come off like a breeze. And I think I think it's going to show next Saturday.
And, you're, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're out in Colorado. So what does a weight cut while you're traveling look like?
So when I was out there, really it was, I feel like I had to eat more food because the training sessions were so strenuous. It was interesting. The way Lloyd Irving trains his guys is it's for example, like a Tuesday here would be we spar at 1 till like 1:30, and that's one session. Over there it was you show up for an hour of wrestling, you spar 6 rounds, and you grapple 6 rounds. So like that alone is right there, like 3.5, 4-hour session. So I felt like I had to kind of continually eat. Just to kind of put weight on. And when I got back on Sunday, I was like 178. And I was like I was like super light. And I was like, oh, this is great. So I was able to eat a lot, kind of just, get not strong again. I'm already strong, but I was able to kind of put on some more weight. I want to cut from this time in the 80s to get to 70. So I was able to eat a little bit. Still able to eat a little bit now. So yeah, it was good though. Nothing drastic.
And going into this fight, you're going back up to 170. You're fighting a guy in Manny Morales who's making his professional debut. More of a hometown guy, I would say. He's more from the area, I would say, than you are, at least. He went 6-3 as an amateur. What do you know about Manny? What are you expecting or what are you expecting of him when he comes out?
So a big if for me, I noticed with Manny, like all his fights, he's always been at catch weights. He's never fought at a certain weight. He's fought at 190. I think he fought one time at like 188 or something like that. So first of all, I was hoping, I'm like, okay, hopefully this dude loses some, like, hopefully he makes weight. That was initially what I was thinking. Also, another thing I noticed is that he doesn't have any finishes as an amateur, 0 finishes. So that, looking at that, I'm thinking, okay, like, I'm sure he's probably his pro debut hometown. I think he's going to come out a little bit more aggressive. I think he's going to try to get it. And I noticed that he dropped 3 in a row as an amateur, but came back to win 5 in a row. So I see that he's pretty resilient. I know a lot of guys as amateurs that after they drop 3, they're like, all right, cool, it's not for me. So he seems like, he's Philly dude. I'm sure, I bet he's gritty. I know he trains with Sean Brady, and I know that's a good gym out there. But yeah, I think this fight, I mean, I'm excited to kind of, this is my 5th pro fight. So I know what he's probably going to be feeling for that first pro fight. You don't want to drop it. It's in front of your hometown. And he's never gone 5 minutes before, and he's never thrown knees, and he's never thrown elbows. So I think he's going to be in for a little bit of a rude awakening. And I'm definitely not usually, I mean, I'm not the guy I would want to make my debut on. So we'll see. Yeah.
And it does seem like there's some contrasting styles here, because like you said, a lot of, all of his wins, none of them are by finish. And going through your amateur record, you had a lot of wins via finish. It seems like you want to come out and finish your opponent in every fight, and it's not. I don't know Manny personally. I don't know his fight style, but it just seems like he goes to a lot of decision finishes. So, are you seeing that this is, goes your way? It's going to be a finish on your end.
Yeah, I think I drown him, and just with the pace. I remember the first time I fought 5 minutes. I felt, when I was in there, I was like, "Holy shit, this feels like an eternity." A lot of time to work. But that being said, I just don't. He doesn't. To me, he doesn't fight with a sense of urgency. He's just consistent throughout his fight. Kind of like he does find ways to win. He's got a couple split decision wins. I do as a pro. I've got a couple split decision wins. So I think he's intelligent on how to make the judges see it for him. I kind of noticed he picks it up near the end there. He gets dropped in a lot of his fights as well, I noticed. So, but he manages to get top control and kind of like I said, kind of point guys out a little bit. But yeah, I'm looking to finish him.
Awesome, man. And it's your CFFC debut, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be on Fight Pass, which is cool. Do you have a lot of people that are going to be tuning in, watching? Are people going to be traveling to come see you fight? What's that look like for you?
Yeah, so I coach at a gym here, Pound for Pound Fitness. So I have a lot of those guys tuning in. But also this in Philly, and so quick fact about me, I was stationed in New York for a long time. I was in the military. But a lot of the people I was stationed with, they live in Maryland, Philly area. Okay. So they're gonna make that little the drive down there to see me perform. They haven't seen me fight since I was an amateur, so I'm excited for that, definitely.
Awesome, brother. We're excited for it too. It's gonna be a great card. CFFC is always fun to watch. Before I let you go, just wanted to give you a chance to shout out, any sponsors, training partners. I know you said you were training with Craig. You shouted out your strength and conditioning and nutrition guy. So, floor is yours.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out for everyone who helped me through this camp. Obviously TLI, Lloyd Irving's gym out there. They accepted me with open arms to come train out there for a week. Mike Shea from Hierarchy Nutrition helping me get the weight on track. Pound for Pound Fitness, Justin Houghton. And then Elevation Fight Team, training out of high altitude martial arts. All those guys, we're just putting in the work, and the tons of killers coming out of that gym as well. So shout out to all those guys and everyone who's helped me prepare for this fight. And my wife, she's always constant support no matter what. So
Can't forget her.
Can't forget Linda. No.
Awesome, man. We're looking forward to your fight at CFFC 105. Caleb Hall against Manny Morales. It's going to be on January 29th out in Philadelphia. Kick some ass. We'll see you on the other side.
Appreciate it, brother.
Awesome. Thank you.